Losing is what got us here. None of us feel good about it. This is, where we are. You are what your record is. You are what has happened, recently. But things can change quickly. Once we lose.
Yes, sir.
Knicks and Bruises, we are back. Shout out to the chat. Yo, Black is time with the first Losers Lounge live. Got Sim in the building, pulled up on me.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here.
Knicks got a
Glad
good
to be
win.
here. Got a beautiful win today. Versus the Pistons, man. Nervous, scared, but we managed to pull that bad boy out. I don't know how.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? But that was the type of win that we needed. You know what I mean?
We
type
here,
of win we needed.
We here to celebrate, and the Pistons are now pissed off.
Pissed off.
No longer the Pistons.
Pissed off. I mean, they could be the Pistons.
maybe
go there.
maybe after the next one.
They could be the Pistons if you want to go there. You know what I mean? They're gonna complain about controversial calls. So yeah, they'll definitely be pissed off. The Knicks could complain about the way that they've been playing too, like the physicality of the game and all that kind of stuff. I actually don't want the Knicks to complain about that.
Yeah, live with it.
Fight through it. Fight through it. You know what I'm saying? Don't complain about it. Just live with it and fight through it. That's what I want the Knicks to do. You know what I'm saying? Because then that'll just show how tough they are, their mental toughness. They start complaining about it, then it's kind of weak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let the fans complain about it. You know what I mean? Let the fans complain about it, and y'all just play. You know what I mean?
They're showing mental toughness. Shout out to the chat. Kavon in the chat. Appreciate you.
Kavon said, I rewatched the last play a few times. Harris fouled Hart for the rebound twice. They wouldn't have had the opportunity to shoot a three if they called that. Right. You know what I mean? And that's just how the Pistons have been playing. They've done that even more over the last couple of games. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they were already an aggressive team, physical team, but they've over the last two games, especially this game, they got even more physical.
It's like I said on your show earlier, they was testing the limits of what the refs were going to allow them to get away with.
Right.
And just riding that line, very similar to Draymond Green.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think what they're doing right now is they're testing if the Knicks are tough enough. You know what I'm saying? Are the Knicks tough enough? That's what they're testing. If the Knicks are tough enough. You know what I'm saying?
Trying cat.
Yeah, they're trying cat. Let's see if he's really tough. And the Knicks stood up and won. So, what's the next tactic that they can try to pull out?
I mean,
what's the next one?
I don't know, but I don't think it's gonna be enough, man. I really don't.
Wow. We haven't been watching, but the Lakers are down 3-1. I'm happy about that.
Okay.
I'm saying I'm glad to see. I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad to see Jew and DiVincenzo up 3-1. I hope they win.
Far-fetched, wishful thinking, but we got that potential matchup. You know what I mean? If we could take it to the finals, and we got Hartenstein, potential. And I ain't gonna lie, it'd be tough to face either one of them.
Yeah.
As far as former.
Yeah, it will be. You know what I mean?
That's something to talk about down the line.
Later. Say we gotta get past. We still gotta get past Detroit.
That's right.
Then after that, most likely Boston, and then most likely Cleveland. So it's tough task. It's a lot to get through, but
we will be battle tested.
And we're learning a lot of stuff in this series. I think. You know what I mean? Let's get to a couple of these loser lounges.
Who's this?
God's World.
the difference in an experienced playoff team and a young team experiencing the playoffs for the first time. It's a great perspective.
Kinda, because I don't know if we're an experienced playoff.
We
team.
have experienced players
experienced
on a team.
players on a team, right? I think it's a little more of that than. Yeah, I think it's a little bit more of that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Rather than yeah, I think it's more of that.
We've been saying this is the first time this team has been in the playoffs.
Exactly. You
but
know what I'm saying?
Collectively, or pardon me, individually, these guys have a lot of playoff experience. But I mean, that still holds true in that sense. You know what I mean? Like, guys got experienced the playoff. I mean, we got OG who experienced the finals, even though he wasn't playing. You got Mikal who experienced the finals. Cam as well.
Right.
You know, Brunson with his playoff runs.
Right.
Cat with his playoff runs. I mean, goes on and on. So, yeah, we got a lot of players that aren't new to the experience of the playoffs, where I think for the most part, a lot of their guys, first time ever, you know, this is Cade's 4th playoff game ever.
Right.
You know, things of that nature. But
I mean, you got Tim Hardaway Jr. and you got
Tobias
Harris.
They've had probably the most experience, and they leaned on him.
Yeah. So I mean, so you know, yeah, experience. You know, having experienced players, it means a lot.
Absolutely,
there's no doubt. It means a lot, and that's, I mean, that's okay. You know, for them to not be experienced yet. You know, that's how and the only way is how they get experience.
And kudos to them. Take your hat off to them, because they battling. They
are battling.
They look like they're playing playoff basketball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, no doubt about that. Doc V keeps saying you need a better coach to take the next step.
This is what drives me crazy. Ain't this his first year?
Is it?
He wasn't their coach last year?
I don't know.
Monty Williams.
Sure. Oh, Monty Williams was, yeah.
Like, he was the Cavs coach. So did this coach not get you where you are right now?
Right.
Like, is this coach not
right
in the running for coach of the year? Or you know what I mean? Like,
they've already taken the next step.
They
won 20 plus more games than they did last year.
Triple their win total.
Triple their win total.
First time ever in NBA history.
It's crazy.
And people talking about, he's a good rebuilder coach, or you need a better coach. To me, that's crazy. That's where we are today in the NBA.
I mean, we're assuming he's talking about the Pistons, right?
Isn't
that Reggie Miller?
Well, you know what? He's talking to the Pistons. Maybe, you know, it's hard
or
to.
Is he talking to the Knicks?
No, it's hard to vent the fans, but no, he was definitely talking
to the Pistons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Because he wasn't the only one with that sentiment, which was crazy to me.
It is crazy. Like, how? Yeah, I don't understand.
But that is Reggie Miller there.
Yeah, that's Reggie Miller. I don't get that. You know what I mean? But, you know. Ride Breeze 1996 said Jalen Locker Room Brunson. Yeah.
So he went to the locker room 2 times this series, you know,
and
because
both times came back.
That's the thing. What happens when he comes back?
What happened? Yeah, what happens in the locker room? I mean,
I should be scared if he go to the locker room, to be honest, at this point.
Don't try to hurt him and send him to the locker room, because, you know, when he comes back from the locker room, he's
vengeance.
Yeah, I guess, you know, he gets mad.
Yeah, that's what you were saying during the game. Like, Brunson mad is a different dude.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I guess he gets mad and, you know, comes out with a different fire in his belly.
Jalen locker room, Brunson.
You know what I mean? What can you say? I mean, Brunson is proven. If anybody doubts Brunson,
they're a hater.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's proven that he's he's a super duper star in this league. You know what I'm saying? And no doubt about that. You know what I mean? Despite his size, doesn't have this all-world athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? He figures out how to score. He's crafty. You know what I'm saying? And nobody can stop him. That's the wild part. Nobody can stop him.
He's creeping up there in like all-time playoff leaders.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With the performances he's given.
Yeah.
Constantly, continuously.
Yeah. Nobody can stop him. I mean, it's crazy the heights that he's going and taking it to. You know what I mean? It's crazy. And I mean, it's hard to say that he won't continue to take it to these heights.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point it's going to level off, but right now,
in his prime,
super in his prime,
enter in the prime. Like, yeah, it's good. It's good thing.
Yeah.
Good thing we got the captain, man.
Yeah, man. No doubt about that. No doubt about that.
Duran has been no help at all. I mean, you talk about a young guy. I think he's been. I'm not gonna say. Like, again, you gotta look at who you guys are. This is first playoffs, right?
Right.
He's not an offensive guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's been solid defense. I think it's been tough getting layups anytime he's around the rim.
Right. He plays aggressive. Rebounds the basketball. You know what I mean? I mean, if they're talking about scoring,
he was who he was before he got there.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he still has time to develop. You know what I mean? But he fits exactly what, he fits what they do.
Yeah.
I mean, they say he's, no help out. He fits exactly what they do. You know what I mean? And with him and Cade, they got a nice little thing going with the
lob.
The lob. You know what I'm saying? He sets strong screens to help get those guys free. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know how you can even, if you're a Pistons fan, I don't even know how you can be mad with this team. I don't understand it.
It is not like they're spoiled.
Right. Like when Tom Thibodeau became the coach and the Knicks went to the playoffs that next year, how could you even be mad with that team when they won 21 games the season before? You couldn't even be mad with that team. All you could do is be like, oh, okay.
And forget just the year before. You could go back the year before that, 17, the year before that.
Right. And it's the same exact thing with the Pistons, right? How could anyone be mad with this team, with the Pistons? You can't be mad with the Pistons. I don't understand. The fans should, obviously they want to win, right? And, everybody wants to win, but if it were me, I'd be like, okay, we didn't win, but like we're growing. We got a great thing happening here. And Jaden Ivey ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have a great thing happening here. Yeah.
It's like I've been telling Knicks fans all year, enjoy the ride. And, you look at other fan bases.
Yeah.
How could you not enjoy the ride if you're a Pistons fan?
Right. You gotta love this team if you're a Pistons fan.
Well, apparently not. Apparently they want more, expect more.
Kevin said the problem is the Pistons really think they had a chance.
Mm.
They should think they had a chance. I mean, the games have been, it's not like these games have been blowouts, though. Come on, Kevin. It's not like we've been blowing them out by 30. You know what I'm saying? A bounce of the ball here and a bounce of the ball there could be we were down. We needed a 21-0 run in the first game to come back. They won the second game. Right.
And there's been controversy, to be honest, ever since, right? With the backcourt, alleged backcourt.
We scraped out of game 3 and we scraped out of this game. You know what I'm saying? A couple more bounces, the ball bounces different way. You never know. If Jaden Ivey's playing, it could be a very different series, to be honest with you. And, you know what I mean? Could be. Blaha said Cade, talking to Cade, let Ron scuffle with Towns next time. They both get ejected, and that's a W for us.
Didn't I say that live?
Right.
I said
Yeah,
that during the
that's
game.
that's the truth.
You know, and I felt like that's been their game plan all series.
Yeah.
You know, dig, get under their sense,
Yeah.
get under their skin, try to get them off balance,
Yeah.
make them lose their cool.
Yep.
You know, and we haven't. Kudos
Yeah.
to us, but again, they pushing that limit,
They're
game
pushing
after game.
Yeah.
Let's see, and they have more expendable guys than we do. You know, it started with Reed. I thought Reed was trying to push buttons and see who he could get ejected, who he could get to lose his cool.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
Hollins.
Kevin said that's a bad take. What's a bad take?
I'm assuming Blaha saying it's a win for them. Let them scuffle.
I don't know if he's saying that or if he's saying my response to the Pistons really think they had a chance. You know what I mean? I'm not sure.
But here's the other thing. We spoke about it live.
That comment. He's saying bad take for the comment.
For the comment.
Yeah.
We spoke about that live and gave Cade credit, you know what I mean, for his maturity.
Yeah.
And in that moment.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I kind of agree with Kevin I'm not saying that's not what the players are trying to do, but you're building a team. You want to build them with the right mindset to win. Not, oh, let's go get this guy ejected. I can understand, you know, oh, this guy got 5 fouls. Let's go after him and get him out the game. If he gets a 6th foul, like that's
integrity of the game.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But to, you know, let them fight so they can, you know, you don't want to have to win that way.
Yeah.
Because that's not going to last.
Yeah. Get a guy ejected, make him lose, get suspended,
right.
whatever the case.
You know what I'm saying? That's not going to last. You know, and it, you know, Cade, he stepped up in the guy's face.
I loved it.
Holland's face. And,
I thought it
told
was
him like, what the hell are you doing? You know,
that shows maturity. That shows he's ready for this moment. You know what I mean? As young as he is, and the growing that he's gonna still have.
Yeah,
he's ahead of the curve.
He is. Yeah, I mean, yeah, no doubt about it. He's and the Pistons better lock that guy away. Because there's going to be a lot of teams trying to get him when he's free. They better lock him away because people are watching right now. Like, yeah, if we add him, we're a championship team. So,
and that's the thing. He got that right mindset. Like, back to that face of the league thing. I think he's in prime position to, you know what I mean, put himself in that running.
Yeah.
You talk about the mistakes that like a guy like Ja has made in his career.
Right.
You know, even the subtle ones with the celebrations, you know, testing the NBA.
Yeah.
Like these guys test the refs.
Right.
K, he got a right head on his shoulder.
He does. And you barely see him celebrate. He's just like straightforward. I'm balling. I want to win. You know what I'm saying? He just stays, he's just focused. You know,
it's Tim Duncan-ish.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know what I mean? But maybe with a little more flair. We talk about his lack of flair.
A little bit more flair. Probably a little bit more voice.
Voice, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A little bit more voice. Maybe even a little bit more serious, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
He's going to be scary in the future.
Real scary. Real scary. No O'Connor 23 said there is nothing good to be had in Detroit sports. It's all heartbreak. Goodbye, Detroit. I can no longer care. Well, good riddance then, No O'Connor, because other sports, whatever. But if you're talking about this Pistons team, you're making a mistake.
Should appreciate them.
You know what I'm saying? They're not as good as the Knicks. They're not going to beat the Knicks. They're learning how to play basketball and all that kind of stuff on this stage, but they're not supposed to be better than the Knicks right now. Shoot, well, as Knicks, we're having as much trouble as we can getting out of this series.
Shout out to Eddie Kofi. He said the loss has deflated them. We should finish them on Tuesday. I think it's wishful thinking. I mean, Sim thinks that's wishful thinking.
Yeah.
I hope you're right.
I hope you're right too. I don't know if it's deflated them though. You know what I'm saying? I think they're too young to understand what it is to be deflated. You
I
know what I'm
think
saying?
their
And-
year last year is prepared them. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it don't get no lower than
yeah. I think-
worst record ever and
Right.
worst sports franchise record ever and losses in a row. Like I think that's the low part. Once you hit rock bottom,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You start to see bright sides. You
And-
start to see you know how to turn things around.
Yeah.
I think
And
I think
Tobias Harris has been on. Well, I don't know if he's been on, but he's seen teams be down 3-1 and come back. He's been in playoff series. You know what I'm saying? Tough playoff series where the team has had to battle back. Tim Hardaway Jr. has been in some playoff series. I mean,
he
Tim
was in the
Hardaway Jr.
finals
was in
last
the
year.
finals.
Yeah, talk about experience.
You know what I'm saying? So like these guys, probably understand that, these games have been close. What's the between 3 games, between the 4 games, what's the point total between the 2 teams?
I'd be surprised
There was one game that was double digits when the Pistons beat us, right?
I think we beat them by a total of between tonight, maybe. What we win by tonight? 1?
94-93.
Yeah, I think we beat them by a total of 4 points in 3 games.
4 points. When did we play them last? Today's Sunday. We played them on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
On Friday, we beat them by what? I don't know what. See all games. So on Friday, that's today's game.
Mm-hmm.
And go back to Friday's game. Come on now. Stuff
Was it
popping up.
Friday or was it?
Yeah, I think it was. I thought it was, or maybe it was Thursday.
Thursday. It was Thursday.
I'm tripping. So on Thursday we beat them by
2.
2, 118 to 116.
So that's 3,
right? And then on Monday we lost by 6. What I said, double digits. That's bugging. We lost by 6, right? And then on Saturday the 19th, in game 1. Oh, that's the
That's
game.
the double
That's
digit
the
game.
double digit
Okay.
game. So we beat them 123
and it was
to 112.
closer than the
It
final
was actually
score.
closer than that, right? We beat them 123 to 112. But then after that, it's been single digit wins or losses.
Mm-hmm.
6-point loss, and then single digit losses. So
They've been close. There you go.
I don't know. It's been they've been close games. So I don't know if they're deflated. I mean, I'm sure in their mind they're like, wow, we're playing them close, but we can't get over the hump. But also in their mind is like, we just got to get over the hump. You know what I'm saying? Let's not turn the ball over as much. Let's figure out how to take care of this basketball. I'm sure that's a conversation that they're having. Let's take care of the basketball, right? Because that's a big reason that they're losing.
Mm-hmm.
Turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Even down the stretch of the game, they had turnovers. A couple of big turnovers that could have changed the game, or not changed the game, that could have extended their lead, or whatever it is. So I don't think this team is going to give up. I think they're going to keep fighting. I think they're going to keep battling. The Pistons had tonight 17 turnovers. The Knicks had 10.
That's about where we've been all season too.
Yeah.
All series.
All series. I think they're going to keep fighting and battling. You know what I mean? I think they're going to come out even more aggressive. They're going to be desperate. Said back-to-back losses at home is deflating. It is. No doubt about it. It can be deflating. I don't think. I think we are going to have to battle through this team. I think this team is going to battle.
Yeah, I've been calling for a blowout all series. I will say this. I think if we get that double-digit lead next game, I think we don't lose it. We don't falter it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think we
Hope
close them out, pop that balloon, deflate them.
Yeah, I hope so.
But I don't think they come in deflated.
No.
They come in with a fight. You know what I mean? We're gonna have to.
I think. See, the thing is, here's the thing that just makes me feel that they still believe they can win, because when you look at the games are close, right? And I know they're saying if we just take care of the ball, if we have a game where we only turn it over 10 or 11 times, we turned it over 17 times and lost by 1. In the last game, we turned it over maybe I think it was 19 times, and they lost by 2.
And it's not like, I mean, the Knicks are capitalizing off the turnovers too. That's the other part of it. So it's like, even if we turn the ball over, if we could come back and get a stop instead of them leading to points, you know what I mean? Like, so it's not just the turnovers; the turnovers leading to points.
Yeah, Eddie. Yeah, we understand that. 95% of teams up 3-1 win the series.
We're not worried about
that.
The loss.
We're not worried about that. I'm just saying they're not going to give up. They're not going to be deflated. Where we're just gonna. I don't think we're going to be deflated where they're going to be deflated where we just blow them out. I don't think so. I think it's still going to be a battle. We're going to have to fight to the end. You know what I'm saying? And win. Do we win the series? Yes, but we're going to have to fight to the end. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to the end of game 5, 6, whatever, 5. We're going to be in a battle. And I think it's going to be a close game still.
I hope you're wrong. I hope you're wrong. I don't know how much I could take of these emotional roller coasters.
You know what I'm saying? I want to win it. And no matter, I think it's going to be a close game. And in the end, Tom Thibodeau is going to say, this does not feel like a 4-1 series. This feels like a game. This feels like it went to game 7. You know what I'm saying? That's how I think we're going to hear.
Well, the good part is, like you said, this is good things to build off of, right? Good preparation when we eventually move forward.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
it's testing our will.
Ended up being this is, I think, going to end up being a great series for the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Everything we talked about in the beginning, about them playing like Detroit, really getting the Knicks in the playoff mindset, and that's exactly what the Pistons are doing with the Knicks right now.
Yeah.
So, like, we should be so laser focused that, like, we got out of this game with a win. We should be so laser focused that it's like our mindset is like, we ain't no way we're losing game 5.
Yeah, time to
that's what it's
bring it home, close it out.
Yeah, it's got to be. Ain't no way to lose it. Drewski to Trill say Cade is not him. You're lying. We need to play as a team to win. Cade is that dude, buddy. Whoever Drewski, stop. Cade is nice. I mean, he had a triple-double today.
Yeah.
He had a triple-double.
Yeah, and he's so smooth, man.
Smooth.
Calm and collected.
Like what? He shot 47.8% from the field. Okay, he was 0 for 3 from the three-point line. He had 25 points, 10 assists, 10 rebounds. He did have 7 turnovers. But Cade is that guy for your basketball team. You know what I mean? Like, calm down.
Go ahead and let somebody else have him.
For real. Hey, keep talking. Talk garbage. Exactly. Right here. Since you don't want him, send him here. Send him to the Knicks.
Yeah,
you can have Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, he's relatively cheap right now too, compared to what he gonna be making.
We'll send you Mikal, and you send us Cade. Do it that way. Let's do that. We'll take him all day. Shoot, bugging out. Talk about Cade is nice. That's when Isaiah called up. Big Bubba called up, and he was like, "We gotta stop letting Cade." I was like, "Big Bubba,
he's nice.
Let's stop this. Let's stop tricking ourselves and believing that Cade isn't nice. Like, Cade is a star. He's an all-star. He's a superstar. You know what I mean? Let's stop thinking that we're just gonna shut him down. We can make it tough. You know what I'm saying? Let's try to make it tough, but we're not shutting Cade down."
Let me ask you this. Because we've been talking about how much since before the series, you've been talking about how much the Knicks could really learn from the series, from this matchup.
Yeah.
You know it's going to be hard for and tough games.
Yeah.
How much do you think the Pistons can learn from this series?
Oh, I think they're learning a lot too. You know what I'm saying? I think they're learning. They're learning that they've got to protect the basketball. You know what I mean? They're learning just the pressure of the playoffs. Behind the scenes, they're learning things like, how do I prepare? How do I make sure I'm rested? How do I, be in the right mindset? Am I going out and partying, or I'm going to be a homebody for these couple of weeks, and just watch film and like just really, just put myself in this basketball mindset.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of doing these other things, right? You're on your way to New York City. Am I gonna, as soon as I get to the city, I'm going out, or am I gonna bury myself in a hotel
Lock
and
in.
study and lock in? You know what I'm saying? These are the type of things that they're learning.
And the great thing is, like, pardon me, Cade, he seems to be on that right path anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you look at Beasley. Now, granted, there's nothing wrong with celebrating, but you look at Beasley and his celebrations. Sometimes prematurely.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see that from Cade. You know what I
Right.
mean? We spoke about it a little while ago. Him taking his teammate from getting a taunting tech.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
that saved them 1 point. It was a 1 point game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they lost by 1. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Potentially, that could have been a game-winning
Right.
play that he did by
Right.
not letting his teammate get the tech. He's super mature for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, they're learning a lot. You know what I mean? They're learning a lot, and this is exactly what you want for a team like that. Their core, the young core that they have is learning. And I know they're looking and saying, man, when we get Jaden back next year, they're looking at, in their mindset, we're gonna win 50 games next year. You know what I'm saying? And be top 4 seed. Yeah. So, I'm supposed to go on a Pistons podcast sometime. The guy was like, how about next Friday? I'm like, and I asked him, I was like, next Friday? I was like, that would be like the night before game 7. You think it's going to be a game 7? You know what I mean? He didn't respond back. So
better squeeze it in before it's.
You better get it in. You better try
obsolete.
to get it in before Tuesday before your boys is gone.
Hey, I'm sure you reflect and talk to him even if it's after.
Yeah. I talk to him, but
give him all the praise.
Y'all should, y'all should feel comfortable. Y'all should feel good. Y'all should
the future
be excited
is great.
about the future of this team. But if they're looking for some trash talk, they might as well get or just like talk about the competitive series. They needed to get it in now because next Friday it's gonna be too late.
That's right. Close them out in the next one. Close them out in the next one.
Maybe it's gonna be too late.
Oh man.
So anyway, man,
I know you gotta hit the road, man.
Hit the road.
I appreciate you stopping by. You know what I mean?
It won't be the last time.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Great night, man. Great night for the Knicks. Got the Podfather pulled up on me. You know what I mean? Watched the game with him. Did a couple of shows. You guys pulled up as well. Appreciate y'all. Until next time, Yo Black, it's time.
Oh,
we out of here,
ladies and gentlemen. Peace.